guys. So today it's actually not a review, and it's something a bit different. I want to talk about Kindle and e-readers in general. So this is mine. I have this case for her. She's kind of old. She was just 10 this Christmas because I bought her first Christmas for myself. There was a Christmas sale, and I was actually living in the UK at the time. And I got her from my own salary for myself for Christmas. And there was a sale. So that was good. And she's a Paperwhite. And she's still going very well. And she has this case. This is actually her third case or something because the cases keep running out, but she's still going strong. So interesting thing about Kindle is you guys, that I live in Eastern Europe. I keep saying that. And so I grew up not in the capital. I grew up in a smaller town. And I've been reading in English since I was around 15, 16. I can't really remember, but I know that I was reading Gone with the Wind in English when I was 16, for sure. So, it was kind of hard to get books back then because this was the 90s. I'm that old. And so what a lot of people who get Kindles and they're like, oh, I just want physical books. I don't want an e-reader. What they don't think about is that not everyone lives in a place where they can easily access books. So like in the 90s, if I want to read a book in English, I had about two shops. There was one called Universum, which means universe in English. And it had a lot of English books. It had a couple of books from other languages, and you could order books from them. But it was mostly English books. So that shop closed a long time ago, probably made obsolete by the internet. Anyway, but I really loved it. And I got my copy of Lord of the Rings from there. I remember that. Anyway, good old times. And so there was also sometimes other shops sold a couple of books in English, mostly classics, like Penguin classics, Wordsworth classics. And the the library had a couple, the big main library had a couple of books in English. I think it was about four, not very wide shelves. And it was most really old books. I remember reading Captain Blood from there. But yeah, it was mostly pretty old books. And so books in English were kind of hard to get. And then when I moved to the capital, it got a bit easier. There was more access. It was also easier to order and cheaper. And the internet was already a thing. But it was still it was pretty expensive because, it wasn't something that was normally sold in the country. And especially if you want to get books that weren't that readily available, it could get more expensive. So it wasn't easy. And I did manage to get some books, but I always dreamed of just being able to just on a whim read anything. And I think it was 2013 when I first saw people getting Kindles in the office. And then for my birthday, I just decided to get one. And it was life-changing. I mean, seriously, you could get any book in your hand within seconds. Amazon, I think, didn't even deliver to Hungary at the time. It just didn't, because their packages kept disappearing. Hello, Post. Anyway, so then it was the basic model. So that's why I upgraded to her in 2015 when I briefly lived in the UK. And she's been with me for forever. I think she also came with me to Japan. I'm not sure if I took her to Japan, but she's been to places. And And it's been great. It's just, I think it's my teenage person's dream coming true that I can just pick any book, any book. So yeah, this is something that I never see people talk about. Like they go like, oh, it's nicer in the eyes. It has backlight. You can, it's more comfortable to read. You can read anywhere. But they never talk about accessibility, like how easy it is for me to access any book I want. Because they can go into a bookshop. I can't go into a bookshop and just, pick out of a bunch of books. Like even now, most of the books that are there are like BookTube books and classics. And I don't read romance. So that's it. That's what I wanted to talk about. Because I felt that this wasn't something anyone actually, stressed. So, if you want to ask me anything about my experience, or like maybe you want to ask about books that I read in my native language as a kid. So, if you have anything you can think of and you want to ask from someone who comes from a different culture than most of you people listening, then just go ahead and put it in the comments, and I'll make a video response. Go ahead. Thanks for watching. Bye.